So most people would have stopped right there after such a disappointment, right? Why didn't you settle?
This is one ladder which I have to climb in order to reach there. Like your mother always quoted was, if one door closes, the other one automatically opens. So just do not give up after first attempt, because after my first attempt, it was really hard for me to focus again.
What advice you would give for GRE aspirants? Hello guys, we have Deepali Bansal with us today. Deepali managed to score a 15-point score boost in her repeat GRE. She did it in spite of being a working professional and had a family to manage. So how did she pull this off? Let's hear it from Deepali. Hello Deepali, tell us a little about yourself.
Hi Siva, thanks for having me here. So yeah, I am from Rajasthan. I currently stay in Mumbai with my husband. And yeah, I appeared for GRE around like on 1st of July, and it was my re-attempt. In my last GRE, I got around 300, and this time I got like 315.
So Deepali, when did you decide to do your masters?
It was just that I have been working as a buying and merchandiser with a home decor based company since quite a while. I've been working with them. So I saw some stagnation in my profile, and I wanted to climb up the ladder. And since my profile involved a good amalgamation of aesthetics along with good negotiation skills, so since I already had a degree in design, so I thought, why not get into a B school and learn the other skills as well, so that I could become a one well-rounded individual.
Fantastic. Now, can you take us through your GRE journey? The first time you took your GRE, what did you do? How did you prepare and things like that?
So during my first attempt for quants, I was studying on my own. So it's been already almost nine years when I last studied quants. So I had to brush up my basics, which I did from Nova's GRE, and then I did some of the I took the ETS tests, and I did some of the lessons from Manhattan 5LV also. And for verbal, I was studying official guides mainly. So then I attempted GRE in like 3-4 months, but yeah, somehow it didn't go the way I wanted it to be.
So what was your score then? So you mentioned you didn't go as per your plan, right? So what did you score the first attempt?
So my verbal score was 147, and my con score was 153, and my AWA was 3.5.
So how was your reaction when you saw the score on your screen? So you did not get the score you expected, right? What was your feeling at that moment?
I mean, I was flabbergasted. I mean, it was one of the worst days of my life, because, GRE not only takes an emotional investment but also financial investment, since the test costs a lot. So, and of course, I had worked really hard for it. So there were a lot of questions in my mind. If I wasn't able to do it for the first time, will I be able to survive for the for 3-4 months to prepare it and eventually reappear for the exam? So yeah, I mean, it was not an easy day. It was really bad.
Most people would have stopped right there after such a disappointment, right? After putting months of hard work, and when you're not getting the results, most of them would have got tired and would have settled for whatever they have. But what kept you going?
Yeah, so I've been really optimistic about getting into a B school, and I've been really ambitious about it. Like, I really want it. Like, even though I'm still not in a B school, but I knew that this is one ladder which I have to climb in order to reach there. And also, some of the things which I did to myself was, I used to take a diary and write an affirmation note to myself every morning, saying that I can do it. And like talking to encouraging friends and family, telling them my insecurities, that I've already given the exam once, I don't know how it will be the second time. So I and also one of the quotes which my like your mother always quoted was, if one door closes, the other one automatically opens. So I was like, maybe it wasn't the time for me, so at least I should give it a second chance.
Great. So how did you keep yourself motivated to try harder even again?
I think it was just that thought that I first of all I had no backup plan. Like just like if you think that okay, if GRE doesn't happen, I'll do this. Maybe I'll change the stream, or maybe I'll do. I never had a backup plan. So since I had no backup plan and I didn't want to have any, so that was the only way which I knew or I wanted to do. So I mean, there was no plan B. It was the only plan. It was my plan A, B, C. So if I was failing, I had to do it somehow. Like I wanted to do it. So that was the motivation, and I think that is when not having plan B works, because you tend to again and again work on your plan A so that you can just escape going for plan B, or like even building one.
That's great. What kind of expectations did you have? You took your GRE once and you were about to retake your GRE. What kind of expectations did you have when you joined GREH?
So I actually got to know about GREH through a friend of mine who was already enrolled with GREH previously. So because since I told you I'm from a diverse background, and it had been quite a while that I hadn't brushed it, and I'd already attempted it once, so I was really in doubt if I'll be able to make it to in the second time. So I wanted some personal guidance. I mean, I wanted some person, not a report. I wanted a person. Like I wanted, if I'm chatting, it should be a person on the other end. If I'm mailing, it should be a person on the other end who's handling me personally, because I'm a person and I want to understand where am I lagging. Sometimes when you are in your own zone, sometimes you couldn't see that where you might be lagging, what are you missing out. So you want a personal touch, a person who could tell you that maybe this is the thing where you can improve, and then can prescribe the lessons that you should go in this way, just the way they make calendars for you, so you can just go in a pre-planned manner. Otherwise I think one tends to lose the focus during the second attempt. So I think GREH was also, the SFAs also were one of the reasons which allowed me to maintain my focus and to work on my weak areas, and even more to understand my weaknesses and my strengths.
Can you tell us what exactly did you score in your second attempt?
So I got 157 in verbal, 158 in quants, and 4.5 in AWA.
That's great. So why did you take your GRE now? Because there's uncertainty, right? Everybody is concerned whether to take GRE or not. So why did you choose to take your GRE now?
I think it was one of the most perfect times a person could ever get for any competitive exam. There were no distractions at all. So it gave me a lot of time to self-explore and work on my mistakes and analyze and do well in the GRE. So I owe it all to the lockdown actually. I think lockdown brought out the best out of me.
So Deepali, in your repeat GRE, right? So when you saw your scores on the screen, what was your reaction?
I felt that there is some mistake. Initially, I thought that if I'm looking at the correct numbers. So when I saw it, I was like, because I didn't expect that much in verbal, and for quants I expected more. So I was like, so I saw the screen and then I changed the screen to report to the other screen. So while I was coming back, I was still thinking if what I saw on the screen was correct, because when one gives the GRE exam, the marks pop in front of you for some time. You just see it and then move ahead. They tend to report it after 15 days, but this time they got back to me 3 days back. So it confirmed that yes, what I saw was correct. So I was really happy. It was my first academic achievement because I have been an average student throughout. Like in 10th, I had like 86%. In 12th, I was like 80%, and hence it was like almost my first academic achievement, which I really. So I think GRE has taught me a lot of life lessons, not only as an academic way or a professional way. Uh, it taught me one of the most important things about life is to never lose hope. Uh, there's always a silver lining attached to every failure or a success. See it in a way where it could, things tend to go wrong. Things might not turn up the way you want them to be in the first attempt. So I think one should definitely go for the second attempt in case he or she is unable to make it in the first attempt. Sometimes it takes some time in order to reach where you want to be. uh, Initial, because before the first attempt also, if you're studying and you have built up a lot, sometimes it's just not your day. Like in my case, I also felt that it was just not my day, because even if one section goes haywire, I mean the other section tends to suffer, and you lose the concentration. So maybe it was just not your day, but it's not that not every day could be your day. Also, like, I have been from a fashion background. I have my undergraduate in fashion design, and it's been almost 9 years I hadn't studied quants. Verbal was also like a normal English. Social talks, which we generally like talk, like I have not been into like academic verbal, or like understanding the comprehensions or reading a very dense text. So if a diverse individual could do anyone can do, because uh, even after 9 years, when I brushed it up, and like in the second attempt I could do so. I think anyone can do, and I think it's highly dependent on the day also when you are giving the exam. So maybe that was not your day, but please make sure to think that yes, the coming day will be my day. I'll be able to do it.
That's great. Guys, like they say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Like Deepali, you keep calm, dream on, and work on your goals. For more content like this, subscribe to the channel, give your like and share. Until next time, this is Shivguru from GREX signing off. Happy learning.